Also ahead, no baseball this summer at SRP Park, right? Well, the park is still being used. What's being done there? At a local college showing us what's being done to prevent the spread. We're going to go to Denmark Tech as your news continues right now.
Live from Television Park, this is WJBF News Channel 6 at 5.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Brad Means. Thanks for staying with us as coverage you can count on continues with one of Georgia's senators in town today. Senator Kelly Loeffler was at Fort Gordon, where she met with military leaders to talk about cybersecurity work and how they're dealing with the virus. Her visit came one day after the Army officially moved its Cyber Command headquarters to Fort Gordon.
Dealing with international challenges that we have to confront every single day as a nation, and they are leading the charge in that.
The new headquarters is expected to bring 1,200 jobs to Fort Gordon. Another leader making a stop in Augusta today, Governor Brian Kemp, was in town. Here's News Channel 6's Kim Vickers.
Augusta was the first family's final stop on their fly-around tour of the state. Governor Kemp is urging Georgians to stay vigilant in following safety guidelines over the holiday weekend. The Kemps were on the tour to promote the governor's 4 things for fall COVID-19 prevention measures ahead of Labor Day weekend. That includes washing your hands, wearing your mask, social distancing, and listening to your state leaders. The governor says that the last 2 summer holidays saw a spike in cases after the holiday. He says the number of cases and deaths have decreased in Georgia in recent weeks, and that he hopes to avoid that increase this time.
We will be out in force, whether it's the State Patrol, DNR, and other folks will be on the roads and the highways, we'll be on the lakes and on the beaches and in the state parks to make sure that folks are adhering to the guidance.
And once again, Governor Kemp stresses to follow hand washing, social distancing, wearing your mask, and listening to state leaders to prevent a surge in COVID cases over the weekend. In Daniel Field, I'm Kim Vickers, WJBF News Channel 6.
Here we are Labor Day weekend in Georgia. DNR expects a lot of people to be at the lake. If you're on a boat, a kayak, a canoe, even a paddleboard, you have to have a life jacket on board. Children under 13 years old must wear them on the water. Now, you can drink on a boat, but the captain has to be sober. Consequences can include jail time. They're also checking to see if the person driving the boat took the boater education course.
If a boating operator looks too young, sometimes we'll stop and check for and see if they've had their mandatory boater education course. If you were born after January 1st, 1998, it is required now to have taken that boater education course.
Social distancing and small gatherings are encouraged when you are on the shore. The Augusta Green Jackets gearing up for some family fun this weekend. They're hosting a movie night. Here's News Channel 6's Chloe Salsameda.
The Augusta Green Jackets may not be taking the field this season, but that doesn't mean you can't. On Saturday, Dugout Theater comes to SRP Park.
Some theaters may still be closed, but SRP Park is transforming into a theater of its own.
We're hosting a Remember the Titans. It's a socially distanced movie night here.
It all happens Saturday. People who attend can expect to see health and safety precautions in place.
Our ops team has laid out all the pods, the squares that our guests can be in, so there's plenty of feet between each pod. We'll wipe down counters, wipe down anything. We're cleaning right now. We'll clean tomorrow as well.
Hand sanitizing stations are also set up, and masks are required. The Green Jackets weren't able to have a season this year, but they say it's important to start reconnecting with the community again.
We miss having fans out here. It's unfortunate with the way the season kind of ended up, but we look forward to having people come out for the happy hours, for the movie nights, and the other events that we'll have. Dugout Theater begins at 7:30 on Saturday nights. You can learn more about it by heading to our website at WJBF.com. At SRP Park, Chloe Salsameda, WJBF News Channel 6.
The Columbia County Fair is still on this year, but with some modifications. It's going to be at the fairgrounds in Grovetown, October 22nd through November 1st. According to the website, everything is going to be outside, no seated events. The rides will be sanitized, and there will be sanitizing stations for fairgoers. All local and state guidelines will be enforced. You think I can get it? Welcome back, everybody. I'm Brad Means.
And I'm Jenny Montgomery. Thank you for joining us. Coverage you can count on continues tonight with Governor Brian Kemp and the first First Lady visiting Augusta at Daniel Field today. News Channel 6's Kim Vickers has more.
Augusta was the first family's last stop on their fly-around tour of the state. Governor Kemp is urging Georgians to be vigilant and follow safety guidelines over the holiday weekend. The Kemps were on the tour to promote the governor's 4 things for fall COVID-19 prevention measures ahead of Labor Day weekend. Those include washing your hands, wearing your mask, social distancing, and listening to your state leaders.
People unfortunately forget sometimes that we are battling an invisible enemy. And unfortunately, over holiday weekends, many times people have let their guard down. I will say that we have come way too far and sacrificed too much to turn back now.
The governor says the last 2 summer holidays saw a spike in cases after the holiday. He says the number of cases and deaths have decreased in Georgia in recent weeks, and he hopes to avoid that increase this time.
We will be out in force, whether it's the State Patrol, DNR, and other folks will be on the roads and the highways, will be on the lakes and on the beaches and in the state parks to make sure that folks are adhering to the guidance.
Kemp also says he understands people are ready for a return to normal life.
I know full well that Georgians are tired and they are ready to move on. But we can't do that just yet. We've got to hunker down and continue chopping to move these numbers in the right direction.
In Augusta, Kim Vickers, WJBF, News Channel 6.
The governor says he is concerned about the upcoming flu season as well.
Georgia Senator Kelly Loeffler also in the area today. This is certainly a bittersweet day here at Television Park.
Our longtime programming coordinator, Mary Jones, is leaving us after more than 50 years. A special goodbye to her when we come back. Tonight, we celebrate the retirement of Mary Jones, a longtime member of the News Channel 6 family.
She has dedicated the last 51 years of her life to this station and this community. Mary Morrison reports.
Mary Jones, wife, mother, matriarch of WJBF News Channel 6. Mary landed her dream job at this TV station the same year Apollo 11 astronauts landed on the moon.
The legendary Tributary hired me, and his office was right next door to Jim Davis, who was news director at the time, and John Braddock was the general manager. Of course, people on the station, but he was in Atlanta at the time.
Mary began her career as a secretary, able to type more than 120 words a minute, but she quickly rose through the ranks and is now the executive assistant to the vice president and program coordinator. When we think of Mary Jones, many words come to mind, like trustworthy.
I know if I leave the station to go do something or go on vacation, whatever, it's going to be buttoned up and taken care of no matter what.
Dedicated.
She probably trained about 6 general managers. Like I said, 4 of them were really good managers. I consider myself one of the 2 that weren't, but I was a lot better because of hers.
Beautiful, inside and out.
Every time I see her, she's smiling. She is one of the sweetest, kindest, nicest human beings, people, friend I have ever had.
Professional.
Her influence, guidance, and knowledge of programming and connecting with viewers is second to none.
Helpful.
When in doubt, if you don't know the answer to a question, you go to Mary Jones.
Unassuming.
Mary is really the epitome of these people who work behind the scenes and keep a broadcast station on the air.
Mary is respected by our industry. A few years ago, our station family celebrated when Mary Jones was inducted into the Georgia Broadcasters Hall of Fame. She's adapted to the continuously changing world of broadcasting, from the days of live TV to videotape to digital, and she's done it with such grace, always putting people first.
Well, Mary Jones was one of the first people to greet me when I arrived at Channel 6 so many moons ago.
She kept looking out for me. I mean, the whole while I was there. Mary was Mary, and there'll never be another Mary Jones.
A long time ago, over 20 years ago, Mary gave me the encouragement to go back in and apply for the weekend meteorologist job, and I got it, and it was all thanks to her.
She's the person who holds this entire operation together, and she is irreplaceable.
I will always think of Mary as the classiest lady in the building.
The many decades you've given to the field of journalism and to WJBF News Channel 6, you will forever be in our hearts.
Thank you for being a role model. Thank you for looking so stunning every day. And I will miss you, but I know this is going to be a great new chapter for you. We love you.
We all do. Mary Morrison, WJBF News Channel 6.
Beautiful. How neat is that?
Not going to be the same without Mary here, that's for sure.
It isn't. Somebody, first of all, Mary, if you're watching, you have gifts on your desk you need to come get. Second of all,
Mary, we didn't get to say goodbye.
we didn't get
Come on.
If anybody sees our general manager, Bill Stewart, this weekend, check on him. He's not okay with this. But it's going to be a beautiful weather for day one of retirement for Mary.
It sure will. Absolutely. Mother Nature's cooperating, Mary, for sure. Well, rain chances? Not much for the Labor Day weekend. We'll have a full look at your forecast. That's coming up.